Hello everyone, I'm Woman International Master Knarik and I'm using the chesswithknarik.com website to record this video. In this video, we're going to have the white pieces. We need to try to win this game because we have material advantage. We have a pawn and the knight versus two pawns that our opponent has. So in general, definitely having a knight versus a pawn is a big advantage and we should be able to win this. But of course, it's not that simple because right now our opponent does want to promote. Black wants to promote right on the next turn. And even if we're able to try, let's say we're able to stop this pawn from promoting, then the other black pawn can start helping, again, can start causing trouble, and together they can, again, try to promote. So, first of all, first things first, we need to definitely find a way to stop this pawn from promoting. But I cannot see any knight move that stops this pawn from promoting. If I play any knight move, the pawn is definitely going to promote. I am attacking the pawn, but the pawn is just promoting. So let's go back. We need to find a way to cover the promotion square so that when black promotes, we're able to capture that pawn. But how can we cover that square? So moving the knight directly in the direction of the pawn is not working. But maybe we can gain time and change the position of our knight, maneuver the knight by doing a check first. So if I check, I will gain time. My opponent cannot definitely leave the king and promote. That's illegal in chess. So definitely the king must move to any safe square. For example, either to f7 or e7. It doesn't really matter in this position. And now we can stop the black pawn from promoting. We can stop it either from d2 or from c3. Whenever we place our knight on any of those squares, we will be stopping the black pawn from promoting. Now, what is next? Here, if black plays with the king, then there's no problem at all. But if black pushes the a pawn, then we will have some trouble again, because here definitely we cannot capture that pawn. And what is next is, let's say, if we're just waiting with our king, the black pawn is going to push again. And if we're just waiting again, that black pawn is going to push again. Again, we cannot capture because anytime our knight is doing a capture, a black is promoting with the b pawn. So now the pawns are going to help each other and black is going to be able to promote. So we need to be very careful. Going back, so we did achieve what is important in the beginning. We did stop the b pawn, but it doesn't end there. When the other pawn also is trying to help with the promotion, we need to stop that pawn as well. So how do we do that? To do that, we need to move our knight to the b1 square. If we move our knight to the b1 square, then if the a pawn moves, we can capture it. And there's no trouble because we're still covering the promotion square. If the b pawn moves, we can still capture that one as well. So going back, it's very important that after the check and moving to c3, stopping our opponent's pawn from promoting, it's very important that after the move a4, we move right away to the square b1. Now, if we don't do that right away, again, there is a problem. Let's say if we just do, let's say, waiting move with the king, and or just any move with the king. If the black pawn pushes to a3, now it's going to be again too late to move to b1 square because, okay, that's even pointless. If we move to b1, black is again pushing the a pawn. So moving back again, here after check, king moves away. We move the knight to c3. The pawn moves to a4. It's very important. Right now, we're moving to the b1 square, stopping both pawns from pushing forward after this move. So what will happen here is this. On the queen side of the chessboard, so these pawns and the knight will not be moving anymore, but we will be playing on the king side of the chessboard where we have our pawn, our extra pawn, and the two kings. And it's like we're going to play, it's like a pawn endgame with an extra pawn. We're just moving these pieces here. Now, we are going to play here, and of course, black is going to try to reach the position that maybe they can draw in such an end game. So what is that position? Here, if black takes the opposition and we do the check, black moves to here f8. If we move our king to f6, a black can try to end this game in a stalemate, because if we just look at the king side of the chessboard, okay, the position is in a stalemating position, but the thing is that there are on the other side of the chessboard there are pieces. So what black can do is get rid of those pieces, give us the a pawn. We should capture it. If we don't capture it, then we're not promoting. Our pawn is blocked, but black is promoting. So definitely that's a pawn that we need to capture. And when we capture that, black also sacrifices the second pawn that they have by promoting. And now we have to capture that one as well. And this game just ended in a stalemate. So we have to make sure that on the king side of the chessboard, where we have only a king, pawn, and a king, our position is not reaching, let's say, stalemating position. Okay, black is not going to be in a stalemating position, because otherwise, if that happens, like now, black can get rid of the pawns on the queen side and end the game in a stalemate. So if we just go back, let's just go back several moves. So where were we? So we were just playing with the pawn and the king against the king on the king side of the chessboard. So here, when the black king moves away and tries to reach the drawing position, anytime we want, anytime at any move, we do have waiting moves. We don't really have to play a move that will put our opponent's king in a stalemating position, and then when they give up their pawns, have a stalemate. We can do waiting moves anytime we need, and our waiting move is with our knight. We can just wait by playing the knight to a3. If we play the knight to a3, now we're giving the turn to black. If black decides to give up their pawns, fine, we can capture them, because here there's not going to be any stalemate. The black king does have legal moves to do. So, and if black decides not to give up the pawns and move the king, that's fine as well. We are going to be able to win this game, and we can win it just by moving our king to the e7 square, and now we are supporting our pawn on f7, and on the next move we're going to be able to promote, and there's nothing that black can do here. And of course, anytime we said that the black is pushing the pawn trying to promote, we are capturing them. There's no problem there. For example, here they gave up the one of the pawns, we capture, and if they push the other pawn, we can capture that one as well, and nothing is stopping our pawn from promoting. And if we go back, so what we did is that we tried to avoid the stalemating position on the king side of the chessboard, and we did that just by waiting with our knight. We just did a waiting move here. Now, here, of course, again, black can try here giving up the pawns, but again, it's not going to matter, we said, because if black gives them up, now they do have a legal move to do with their king, and they move away, and we will be able to promote and win. So going back, what was our plan in this game to win? First and most important, definitely we should have stopped our opponent's threats, and the major threat was promoting the black pawns, working together and promoting. We had to stop that, and then work with our pawn and king. After stopping the black pawns from promoting, we had to use just our pawn and king. It's like we're just playing a pawn and king endgame. And when the time was right, we had to just wait one move with our knight. Since we have our knight, we could use it to wait and win this game, not end the game in a stalemate.